Like, how are people surviving? I want to know. Like my family and my friends, they're so grateful to have me. But it's just like, yo, what happened to people that don't have a me? What's going on with the people that don't have a me? You know, one thing that people was coming at me every single time that we saying that something bad in the economy is happening. And people be like, well, you was the one that told people to vote for Joe Biden. I want to tell y'all that I get it. Don't ever think I'm one of these rich people that don't get it and don't give a fuck. I get it. I care, but I can't do shit about it, bitch.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Cardi B. You guys saw the video that I played before I came in, and what it was representing was a live that Cardi B did just the other day. But before we get started on that discussion, I want to remind you to please make sure you are subscribed to the channel first and foremost. It tends to unsubscribe people, so please double check. Also, make sure that you share this video, like this video, and of course comment, because I'm always engaging with you guys in the comments, even the people that disagree with me. You guys are my favorite people to engage with in the comments. So let's get started on today's video. So Miss Cardi B, and I thought that this was interesting because this was actually posted to her IG Live. I think it was like on the 10th, maybe before then. But yesterday, or was it today? I'm not quite sure if it was yesterday or today, but anyways, at the White House, Joe Biden and, his crew, Pelosi and Schumer and Kamala Harris, were all in full celebration of the Inflation Reduction Act, which we like to, those of us that know what's up, like to refer to as the Inflation Production Act. Because if you live out here in the world and you're just a normal everyday person, you haven't really seen anything reduce. You have seen things inflate. And when I say inflate, we're talking about gas prices and grocery prices and rent and medical insurance. Like, nothing is going down. So I don't know exactly what they refer to when they talk about inflation reduction. However, they were in full celebration. Well, the other day, Miss Cardi decided to get on live and talk about the fact that she has no idea how people, regular everyday people, are surviving out here with the cost of everything, which I thought was fascinating because many of you guys might remember I did a video on this when this originally happened, and if I can find it, I'll link it below. But Cardi B did an interview with Joe Biden when he was running for president. Okay? Give this video a like and drop a comment if you remember that video, okay? If you were desperate enough during COVID to watch that type of stuff, like I was, but I needed content. Anyways, so she did a video with him, and in that video, she was there to stress the importance of voting. Okay. Now, let me just put you on to a little bit of game. Okay. It's not that Cardi B and Joe Biden are friends or, she was just doing him a solid by going live with him. I'm sure she was paid a very nice fee to do so, as were all the other celebrities that Joe Biden, either went live with or posted about him. Just know, if you see a celebrity talking about anything or anybody, they are paid to do so. They are not giving away endorsements for free, okay? So at any rate, she goes on this live with Joe Biden to talk about voting and the importance of voting. And many people will say, well, she really gave him a piece of her mind about what she expects as a voter. And it was quite interesting because when you go back and look at that video now, I'm going to remind you, if you don't go back and look at it, some of the things that she talked about. So she told Joe Biden, I think the number one thing that's concerning to her as a voter, and why this is concerning to her as a voter, I don't know. But she said, I want free Medicare. Okay? Why Cardi B cares about free Medicare? I don't know. Maybe she's got a grandmother or grandfather, that's on Medicare. I can't even imagine that she's not paying for all of their bills. But at any rate, she cares about free Medicare, right? The other thing she talked about was she just wants Black people to stop getting killed in the streets. And she likened that to, hoping that he would improve equality. Okay. The other thing that she talked about was the tension in the world. She wanted the tension in the world to be clean. She said there's a lot of tension in the world. I just don't like it like that. And I would like the new president to come in and make it a less tense environment, right? Because the final thing she mentioned was how much she hates President Trump and the fact that his mouth constantly at the time was getting him in trouble. Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's still getting him in trouble. But, she really didn't, have any nice things to say about President Trump. So she wanted a president to come in and bring more positivity to the table and more togetherness, right? So now that I rewatch that and 2 years later look back and go, okay, well, which of those things did Joe Biden actually accomplish? Well, Medicare's not free, so that's not a check. Black people are still killing each other. That's still a check. There's a hell of a lot of tension in the world. That's not a check. Everybody still hates Trump, and Biden only keeps talking about Trump and telling everybody it's his fault for everything that's happening. So nothing, Joe Biden has accomplished nothing off that list. So anyways, Cardi goes on to this video, and as I'm watching this live, I'm like, oh, maybe Cardi has woken up. Like maybe she's finally waking up. She's speaking up about this. She's saying, how do people afford things? She said, I'm helping a lot of people in my family to live, to survive. She was helping a cousin buy an apartment. If anybody in her family needs money, she's there for them. And she said, but what do people do if they don't have a me? How are they affording things? Like, what if they just are on their own? And I thought, wow, this is so refreshing because I think Cardi might actually, be a voice of reason. She's got a huge, huge influence. She's got millions and millions of followers, right? And then she mentions how people in the comments are saying to her, well, you shouldn't have pushed people to vote for Joe Biden. And she says, oh, I see people telling me, you shouldn't have had people vote for Joe Biden, but it's not his fault. It's COVID's fault. And I was like, oh, Cardi, you're still believing that? I mean, I was going to say something, but I got to catch myself because, they're listening. Anyways, I was like, darn. She hasn't woken up. She hasn't realized that everything that's going on is his fault. And she hasn't realized that he has accomplished nothing of the things that she asked for when she had that initial meeting with him 2 years ago. Now, in addition to this live that Cardi did, she also went on Instagram the other day and cried about how Instagram is cheating her out of views on her videos. She admitted that she became famous off of Instagram, that she makes almost all of her money off of Instagram. So imagine that for a second. Okay, now I'm going to do a separate video about kids wanting to be influencers because this really speaks a lot to why that is. But she makes a lot of money off of these platforms. And I was really surprised to hear that Cardi B is being shadow banned. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Now, why she's being shadow banned, I don't know. It's very interesting. I mean, people like me that talk about politics and, don't bow to the leftist mobs, it's kind of par for the course that we get shadow banned because that's kind of how the algorithm is set up. But I'm not sure why Cardi B is being shadow banned. However, she was almost in tears talking about it. And I thought, wow, you're really going to sit up here and cry about the fact that you don't have your normal 300,000 followers watching your live video as you lay on your bed, bragging about the fact that you only have on a tank top and panties. Meanwhile, people like me over here are trying to save the country. We're trying to save humanity. We're trying to save children. And you're crying about the fact that the deposits you're getting from Instagram are not as big for people to hear you talk filth on the internet. At any rate, I wanted you guys to know about that because I thought it was extremely funny. And I'm really surprised, that she was I'm surprised and I'm not surprised because Cardi B has never been somebody to shy away from just speaking her mind. And, truth be told, I kind of love her for that. But she still has a lot of learning to do. And when these people finally wake up, which a lot of hip hop artists and rappers and people that are very influential have woken up and they've said, listen, this next election, I think my vote is going to go for Trump, but she has yet to say that. So, I'm holding my breath to see if Cardi finally denounces her love for the current administration. Let me know what you guys think in the comments box below. Do you agree with Cardi? Do you think she's going to have a red pill moment, so to speak, or do you think she's going to stay ignorant to the facts? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back with another one. Bye-bye.